The extrication of 3 men from a vehicle that plunged into the Rio Hondo River on Saturday night was a ghastly scene. Inside the sunken wreck were Kelvin Augustin, Efrain Martinez, and Oscar Portillo, a trio of friends who met each other several years ago at a local bakery where they all worked. Augustin's uncle, attorney Oscar Salgado, told News 5 that his nephew left home that evening without telling him where he was going.
What I learned is that he went to work at the establishment on Mile 8, a bakery on the George Price Highway, and he worked until midday. Up until about 3:15, he was on Facebook communicating with one of my nieces who live at my house just upstairs, and he did not indicate to us he would take any trip. He did not indicate to his cousin he would take a trip. And later on, when we heard he was involved in an accident, we were told initially it was at the Macal River, which is in Cayo. So I had said, well, maybe he did go to the Agric show because there were some deals on phones. And I know he wanted a phone, an upgrade.
Augustin and his friends were nowhere on the George Price Highway. In fact, the trio had journeyed north to Orange Walk District and presumably headed towards Botes, a popular border community, when they ran off a bridge.
On Saturday, the first incident was at 8 p.m., where police responded to the village of San Antonio, and a blue Toyota car was seen submerged in the water with its 4 wheels upwards. The 3 occupants of the car were extracted from the vehicle. We had one Kelvin Augustin, 28 years of 8 miles Jasper East Highway, Efrain Martinez, 21 years of Belize District, and then one Oscar Portillo. They succumbed to their, well, we suspect that they may have drowned. We are yet to get the post-mortem in terms of that. But they were extracted from the vehicle and they were motionless.
According to a co-worker who asked to remain anonymous, they had left work earlier that afternoon when they met Oscar Portillo in Belize City.
We finished work Saturday around 3 and we went in a delivery van to catch a ride to go down to city. Apparently Kelvin said he was going to the supermarket to get some groceries and Efrain was going to visit his mother, but while we were by Tau, Oscar passed in his vehicle and asked me first if I could please go with him to hang out and thing, but I told him no, I don't want. He insisted and I said no. So when I turned around, he asked the other guys and then they followed him and I don't know, just end up the Orange Walk, I don't know how.
Salgado would come to learn that his nephew and friends had been warned moments earlier that they were speeding along a stretch of road that they were unfamiliar with. That person, according to Salgado, would hear the sound of the deadly collision a short while thereafter.
We found out later on that this accident wasn't really just an accident, it was a fatal accident, and it was in the Orange Walk District at a bridge just outside of San Antonio Village. What they were doing there, we were not certain. All of them perished.
What do you believe may have led to the demise of these men? Were they presumably speeding? Did they not know the road? What do you think may have happened that ended in the loss of life in this instance?
Well, I will not speculate, but I met somebody who was at the WASA office this morning, who knew them and who spoke to them just minutes before this incident occurred. And in fact, none of the 3 who perished knew the area properly. And so speeding had to be attributed to it because there were skid marks on the approach to the bridge. And the person who I spoke to said they were speeding and joked with them that, guys, you are away from Belize City. This is a new era, slow down. You know, and he practically heard the impact just seconds away.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.